Number one, godly social justice is commanded, not suggested. Godly social justice is commanded, not suggested. Now, it's the command of a doctor. It's the command of a doctor saying, take this medicine, which means it's both our responsibility, but it also leads to healing, right? Like if you got a sick kid, okay, and the doctor gives you the medicine that they're supposed to take, well, you have a responsibility maybe because you're the parent or you're related to them. You've got to give it to them, but also that medicine is going to make them better, so it's a good deal. You might as well take the medicine. God is saying, I'm commanding you to do this. Please do it because it will make you better. You know, before medicine really kind of came into its own, alchemy was before that. You know about alchemy? Alchemy was just kind of like this experimental thing. It was guessing, okay? Sometimes it's like, hey, let's see if we can make lead into gold. Let's see if we can mix some things that we think might be helpful and see if this will bring healing. Today's social justice movement has a little bit of alchemy in it. It's a little bit like, well, we found this. Let's throw this in there and see if this brings health. God's version brings health. God's prescription, just take God's prescription, and it will bring health to you and me, to our church, and then the ones God heals first, he says, now you go and heal now that you understand what it is to be healed. Here's the medicine. We need to live to free people, not burden them. That's the medicine. God says, you live your entire life. Your life is now about lifting burdens instead of putting them on. Wherever you find any. Wherever you find any. Emphasis on you. Wherever you find any, lift the burden. That is part of my prescription, God says. Now, here's the problem in this generation is there's a lot of ranting of what people should do. There's a lot of, well, if everybody just listened to me and did my experimental alchemy, then it would all get good. Don't rant. That's not the prescription. The prescription is look in your life for injustice. Where can you help? Who can you see right now? Ask the Holy Spirit, where is injustice existing? Is it existing at work? Okay, take it on. Is it existing somewhere in your neighborhood? Can you even if it's not like, the media wouldn't care about it. Even just, I can bring this person groceries. I can listen to their story. I can get to know what it feels like to be in their shoes, to grow up with their ethnicity. I can find out, so maybe I can love more accurately, so that I can love with greater discernment. I can look. But listen, God's very clear. You're commanded to do this. Not them, not y'all, you and me. You individually, me individually. We are commanded to do justice. Here's where we could get off, though. When we allow our compassion to cause us to be mad at everybody else. Look, man, pain is real. Injustice is real. And there's a sense it should make us mad. But when all it does is produce us mad at everybody and we're telling everybody what everybody else should do, that makes us miss what we should do. So from now on, let's put this in our medicine cabinet. This is God's prescription. Hey, man, if you're going to talk about what other people do, make sure you're doing it already. Make sure you've got places you're already doing that thing so that you're not a sick doctor trying to hand out alchemy medicine that may or may not work. We've got to do this with the church, too. The church should be on the front lines of doing this. But do you know most of the organizations that are changing the world by feeding the hungry, they're started by Christians. But they weren't started by churches. The churches were discipling people to know and love Jesus Christ, and then the people went out and were the church. They said, okay, let's solve some problems. And they started doing. All I'm saying is every one of us, instead of blame the organization or blame the system, which is not a Christian thing to do, we look to ourselves and we say, I can do something with this life that I've got right now.